Happy Mother's Day, and much love to all of you. My name is Jared Fuller. Today is Mother's Day, Sunday, May 10th, 2020. So glad you could join me for another installment of the Sunday video update. This week, joining me off camera, a couple of snoring people. Dad and Amy are still asleep, so you're probably hearing their snores, and, well, maybe, just maybe, I don't know yet. I wanted to get this Sunday video done and out of the way, because we have some business to tend to for Mother's Day this year. Dad wants to go to some grave sites to pay respects to his mom and his stepmom, and to my mom's mom, and to Amy's biological mom, and her stepmom as well. So there's going to be, like, I think a total of 5 graves that we're going to visit today. So my week was, it was busy. It was kind of, not the greatest, but not the worst. My Uncle Danny had come over and dropped off some masks for us, and I wanted to put this on just to show you that I too am taking COVID-19 very seriously. So this is the mask that my uncle had brought over. My cousin Kendra had made this mask, and she's making all kinds of masks, and she's doing what she can to stay busy herself. And to be honest with you, I can't breathe in the fucking thing. I mean, I appreciate, Kendra, what you did, but, and it's not, like, snug on my face, but it's with any mask. It's not just this mask. I've tried to wear other masks, and I can't breathe in them. It's really hard to breathe in because naturally I wear glasses. Every time I breathe, the lenses fog up, and someone had suggested shaving cream on the lenses to keep from fogging up, but I don't know. It's hard to breathe. I mean, I wear them, in public when I have to, but wearing the mask, it's just hard to breathe. So when there we go, I can breathe. But I do it not only for my safety, but for the safety of others. And it's better than a sharp stick in the eye. I would much rather protect myself and make sure that others are protected as well. So thank you, Kendra, for the mask. I appreciate it. There's all kinds of stuff that happened last week. I received a paper from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. My insurance had approved my upper partials, so as soon as all this COVID stuff is done and over with, I'll be able to get my new upper front teeth, and I'll have a more confident smile, because as you can see, there's a gap, and I don't smile with an open mouth a lot of the time because I'm missing teeth, but once I get those put in, I will feel confident, and I'll feel better about my smile, and I'll feel better about myself, and it'll be great. But again, with the COVID stuff going on, there's really not much anybody can do at this point. The dentist office is closed, and who knows what's going to happen from this moment forward. Stimulus checks, we still haven't received ours. So, yeah, my Uncle Danny was over. He brought the mask over. My brother Wayne stopped over, him and his girlfriend. It was a nice visit. I haven't seen my brother Wayne in quite some time, so it was nice to visit with him for a little while. That's my oldest brother, by the way. It was nice to see him. And the week was kind of, it was okay. It wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the greatest either. Of course, I'm still getting veiled threats from there's a woman I'm talking to. She's still married, by the way, and we're just friends. It's a platonic relationship. But her husband, soon-to-be ex-husband, is a jealous, petulant douchebag, and he can't control himself. So he likes to make threats at people. He likes to, just be a man-child. So he's a petulant douche. And I really have no time, nor do I have the energy to deal with that. So I choose not to. I was down at Pickerel Creek, which is, just right down the road here. It's a little small stream. And I was walking along the edge of the bank, and I saw like a head peek up through the water, and then it went down real quick, and then it created a ripple effect. And okay, I decided to get a little closer. I would walk up closer to the water, and lo and behold, I see a tail slowly slithering away. It's like, I wonder what that could be. Oh, it's a giant snapper turtle. So, I got my cell phone and I'm video recording the snapping turtle, and it's like, wow, guy, you're big, you're huge. I'll see if I can get that video up on my YouTube channel to show you guys, to show all of you guys. I'm not all the way awake yet, and this is my first cup of coffee, and I can't speak, so please pardon me. I'm a bit off already this morning, but he was a big, big snapping turtle. Very big. And no, I didn't get close because, they'll take fingers off. But it was kind of cool to see. It's like, okay, Dogs are snoring, Amy's snoring, Dad's snoring, Scruffy's snoring. The only one not snoring is myself. Instead, I'm coughing. Not COVID, by the way. But I wanted to get this video done and out of the way. I know that Mother's Day is a very emotional day for many people, and for many other people it may not be. But, it seems to me over the years that the days that we set aside for moms and dads and grandparents and etc., it seems as if those days have the opposite effect of what they were meant to be intended for. Like, we have Mother's Day, happy-go-lucky Mother's Day. We treat moms, we celebrate moms, we take them out to dinner, and we buy them cards, and we do this and do that. But really, for most people, it is an emotional day because it reminds them that they don't have their mothers with them. Or with the COVID situation, say, for example, if your mom has dementia and she's in a nursing home, the only thing that's separating you from your mom is a window pane. And that's really, really depressing. And I get it, kind of. I mean, I get it, but I don't. Because my mom's not in a nursing home and she doesn't have dementia. But I understand, like, wow. It's like, it's almost like a living death. My mom's still here, but I can't see her because of the COVID situation. And, this coronavirus has taken full effect over everything, and it's making life miserable for everyone. And Mother's Day being today, it just kind of, it's salt on the wound. It's insult to injury, and a lot of people are really unhappy, and I can't say that I blame them. My mom is still alive. I'll probably give her a call here in the next little while, although it is still quite early and she is still asleep. I might even wait till later this afternoon while we're out and about. Yeah, because it's 7:15 right now. I wanted to make sure that I got this video done and out of the way. I wanted to make it as brief as I can because I'm going to be gone for majority of the day. I think Dad is going to leave the option to Amy if she wants to go to her mom's grave, because we're going to be in Gratiot County, which is the neighboring county to the west. That's where my grandma's buried, my mom's mom, and that's where her biological mom is buried, and that's where her stepmom is buried. So we're going to leave that up to her if she wants to go to her mom's grave. But 4 graves, I at least know of 4 graves that we're going to go to today. So it's going to be a very emotional day tears are going to flow. And it's going to be one of those days where Dad's going to need Amy, Amy's going to need Dad, and they need me to ride along because they forgot how to get to some of these grave sites. So, yeah, it's going to be one of those days. But I wanted to at least get on early and make a video, a Sunday video, put one out. I almost didn't want to do this today in honor of Mother's Day because, in fact, I was actually going to make a video saying, hey guys, there's not going to be a Sunday video update because I'm going to be busy throughout the remainder of Sunday, throughout the course of Sunday, so there's not going to be a video until next week. But I decided to go ahead and do this anyway, so that way I can't say I didn't have a Mother's Day video. So here we are. There's really not much to say other than my week was okay, but it was people who are ignorant and selfish and don't know how to behave and how to act grown. I had to deal with that. But then again, I can choose to deal with it or choose not to deal with it. And you know that it's not just Mother's Day that's getting everybody down, it's the quarantine situation. And I've felt it myself, actually. It's like, you know, we're all being told to stay home, and even when we can't leave home and we're all home, I still don't hear from you. What the fuck? You know? And that's really, I think, that's what gets my goat a lot of the time. Is, you know, we're all being told to stay home, and I still don't hear from you people. If I was somebody else, oh yeah, definitely, you give them all the attention. But I'm asking, you know, hey, how about a text message? How about you acknowledge that I exist? I get nothing. So it's like, yeah, whatever. You know, I'll be dead to you for a little while until such time as I decide to text you again. And that might be a while. It may be never. Who knows? But I just don't, I don't want to feel like I'm a neurotic who's wasting your precious time. And by neurotic, someone who is dealing with anxiety and thinking, well, gee, you know, I'm just not worthy of your time. Like, is it too much for me to text you or message you and say, hey, how you doing? Then you feel obligated to respond because you don't want to be rude. Well, whatever. This is why you know, when I was 16, Facebook didn't even exist yet. And I was so wrapped up in my journal and writing poetry and just doing the, you know, writing literature. And I miss that. I miss the excitement. I miss the creative juices that flowed. You know, I don't have that anymore. It's like I lost something of myself over the years. But I still have my journal, and I still, you know, I still write some things down. I dabble a little here and dabble a little there with writing, but I'm not into it like I used to be, and that's very worrisome for me because I really and truly love writing journals. I love writing poetry. I love the fact that I have somewhere to express myself and vent my thoughts, other than here in the YouTube channel on the Sunday video updates, because the only difference here is when I speak my mind or you know, share my thoughts with people, this is being seen by who knows how many people, and my videos have been shared across Facebook to you know, try to get me to look like a bad guy and to make me look so mean and evil. But, you know, my videos are still being viewed, and it's, you know, okay, I must have said something of significance, because if not, you wouldn't have shared my video on Facebook or elsewhere for that matter. So thank you. You know, it must have really struck a nerve with you or somebody else that you think would be upset by this, because drama is your thing. You don't like drama, but you love to stir the pot. You know, not me. I could really care less what people think. In regards to my thoughts, I really don't care, because I'm going to speak my mind anyway. But the thing is you have people who, if you have differing views, then they subjugate you, they alienate you, they treat you like you are not worthy of the ground you walk on. And I think that's crap. And, you know, I wouldn't treat people that way, unless I had a good reason to, which, you know, I don't feel good about it, not particularly. I wish I could come on a Sunday video update one of these days and say, you know what, all the frauds are gone, or the people have learned their lessons, or, hey, there's some good news to report. You know, the people have woke, you know, they're woke to this. Woke is the word. They've awoken to their wrongdoings, and they strive to correct it, and so I'm going to praise them. I wish I could say that. But see, I'm never given a good reason to say that. It's the people who think that they are doing nothing wrong, and many more people who encourage it. So it's like, I don't care anymore. I'm just going to say what I feel. And if it doesn't resonate or set well with people out there listening to this, well, that's not my fucking problem. That's your problem. But anyway, so thanks for watching. I want there to be peace and tranquility and understanding and education. And I want for people to apply logic and critical thinking to every situation across the board. I had the house to myself last week, and I sat here and ranted and rambled for about an hour and 15 minutes, give or take. And, you know, it was nice. It was peaceful. It was relaxing. You know, I could just sit here and talk and open up about things. And it was incredible to me. And, you know, now I have a couple of snorers off camera. They're probably going to watch this or listen to this later on. And, oh, Jared, I'm sorry I snored. Well, what you got to be sorry about? You're asleep. There's no way you could know you're snoring if you're asleep. It's no big deal. I mean, I could choose to do the Sunday video in my bedroom or in my van that I'm not driving. I could choose to do this anywhere else, but I choose to do it in the living room because normally, this is where I do it. I'm at my desk. I do everything, you know, all my videos are recorded, well, most all my videos are filmed right here at my desk. And, you know, this is where I've always done it. It's the traditional setting place for my Sunday video updates. And it kind of gives you the feeling of home, you know, the background with the lamp and the books, and I got my little radio here. It kind of just gives you a feeling of a sense of home, you know. And, I mean, granted, I don't live in the Hilton, but it's a home. It's a roof over my head, you know. I've lived here for 22 years. It's the longest I've lived anywhere in my whole life. And, you know, a home, what you make home, that's an abstract idea. It's a house, but you make it home by adding your own personal touches to it. So this has been home for, like I said, 22 years. About 22 years. Maybe a little, I don't know, maybe 20. We moved in here in the late 90s. It was, I think, 97 or 98. So about 22 or 23 years we've lived here. I'd have to see if Dad can dig out the deed to the house, wherever that is, unless our former landlord still has it. Who knows? I would have to ask Dad about that later. I think our former landlord has it, because this was option to buy land contract, and so that's what we did. We pretty much pay it off, and we just pay the property taxes. So I'm rambling a little bit. I don't know what else to talk about. I kind of ran out of things to say. I don't know how much longer this quarantine is going to last. I heard it was supposed to last until September. Well, I mean, there goes my birthday. I'm going to be 34 in July, and yeah, bye birthday. But I'll still have a birthday regardless. I'll still drink a few beers and listen to some music, and I'll still do all that stuff. I'll get it out of the way, and I'll just celebrate here at home. Not a big deal. I mean, it's just I'm not really big on birthdays anyway. But it is what it is. That's the saying anyway. And I'll just make do with what I have here at the house, and I'll do what I can to kind of bring in birthday number 34. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But this Sunday video update is actually going to be very brief, because I have other things I have to do, and I'll probably have to get around. I'm probably, you know what I'm going to do, and I haven't done it in a long time, I'll probably do a road list in my journal today. Despite the fact that we're going to be going to cemeteries, I'll probably just do a road list and stay occupied and stay busy with writing journals, and I'll be doing all that because I miss my journal terribly. I miss my journal. But this is going to be a very brief Sunday video update. I've been here for about a little over 20 minutes. I know you were probably anticipating an hour-long video and ranting and such, but I think today, or at least this week, I'm going to keep it as brief as possible because I have other things to do. I got some traveling to do today, just to the cemeteries, and yes, I will practice social distancing, and yes, I will wear my mask when I go into the stores. I will follow all the guidelines, I promise. One day this is going to end. It'll be over. And, we'll get back to a somewhat, not back exactly to the way we had it prior to COVID, but we'll get back to a certain kind of a normal where we can actually go out to the stores, we can go out to restaurants, we can do the things we used to do before all this shit took over and before it all, blew out of epic proportion, if I can say it. It's tough. We just lost another rock and roll icon. Little Richard had passed away. He was 87 years old. Loved his music. I wasn't a huge fan of Little Richard. I loved his music. I wasn't like a diehard fan of his. I remember he was on an episode of Full House. It was Little Richard and it was Marshall Wallace on an episode of Full House. And I just know he had a lot of good music back in the 50s. And I think the 60s too. I think he had some tunes in the 60s. But Little Richard was 87 years old, and my love and condolences go out to his family. It's a tremendous loss, and he helped shape the scope of rock and roll. And one of the greats, one of the legends, will be sorely missed, but always remembered, and he will live on in his music forever. So that's one bright spot to look at, in terms of that loss. But anyway, guys, I think that's about it, because they're not going to get up anytime soon. I don't know about my dad. He can pretend that he's sleeping when he's actually listening to me speak. He kind of gave up that little secret a long time ago. But that's okay. That's all right. He knows I love him. So anyway, guys, that's really all I have to say this week in the Sunday video update. For Snoring Amy and I don't know if Dad's sleeping or not, so I'll just say conscious Dad. Anyway, I hope he's conscious. That's about it. I'm Jared Fuller, aka Jerry Bear, and I thank you for watching another video this week. And pay it forward if you're able to. You know, if you're out and about and you know, you're behind somebody in line and they don't have enough to pay for their items, you know, pay for their items, or buy a coffee for somebody. Do something to pay it forward and show that, you know, humanity is still alive and well amid all this coronavirus bullshit going on. Let's try to restore humanity and help each other in times of need. That's really, you know, that's really all I could ask for. That's really all anybody could ask for. But pay it forward and just do something nice this week. Today, this week, anytime. Pay it forward. And keep it real, guys. I will see you next week on Sunday, May 17th. So, bye-bye.